Welcome back to another episode of The David Lopez Show, presented by Passion Park Entertainment. We are back. We are glad to be talking with you all another week. This here is the second week of September. Right now, I'm recording this on Tuesday, September 11th. So that is an obvious, memorable, and important day in American history. And we could start off with acknowledging that and, saying rest in peace to everybody who lost their lives during that great tragedy. And thank you to everybody who has, supported the country and helped fight for us since those terrible attacks on that day, which is now 17 years ago. Seems crazy. I remember walking into my 6th grade classroom, and I took the school bus to school all the time, and I remember getting off the school bus, not knowing anything, walking into my classroom, and it was on TV when the second plane had hit the tower, and I was a kid, obviously, 6th grade. I didn't think it was real. I didn't know what was going on. It looked like a movie or something. So, and then obviously everything that ensued after that whole entire traumatic day. I believe we went home early from school and whatnot. It was it is crazy. It is a time and event that is etched in everybody's memory. I mean, if you were alive during that and you had memory, so meaning you were over like 5, like there's no way you don't remember that. Just crazy stuff. I felt the need to acknowledge that, So this has been a week since I last talked to you guys, last week on the pod. And a lot of things have transpired over the past week. Before we get into the bulk of what I'll be talking to you guys about and just spewing my thoughts on, before I get to the bulk of that, I do want to remind you guys and tell everybody that a week from today, I will be in Iowa City at the Yacht Club performing, tearing up the stage. Show starts doors open at 7. It's an all ages show, so it'll go till about 10. We got to cut it off at 10 because it's all ages. But I will be there along with my best friend and great DJ RPM. And the main attraction, or as you would say, the other name on the bill, is Phrase, a Chicago artist. You see him right here on the flyer. Very talented dude. He was just on WCIU a couple weeks ago performing his song Bombshell. Got some good credits there. His name is out there. So make sure you come check us out if you're in Iowa City. We got some local artists that we're trying to get on the bill, and we're working on that. So we're excited to be back. 3rd time there. I'm really looking forward to it. I got some new joints to perform. I know if some of you guys heard my new song Circles, hopefully. That is my brand new song. It is on Spotify and other streaming sources right now. It'll be on iTunes in the next week or so. I have not put it there yet, but it will be. And I hope you guys enjoy that, because that's an exciting record. I produced that, and it's a fun record. It's like a more upbeat stuff, less emotionally touching, and just more like supposed to be a fun record. It's supposed to be a record that I could perform at this college and we could just have fun and be like, I don't tiptoe around no shit. Yeah. Anyways, getting back to just what's going on with me and really just what's been going on in the world, or in the hip hop scene and the music scene. Obviously, a really notable thing has happened over the past week with the hip hop community, and we lost the very talented and far too young Mac Miller. So rest in peace to Mac. I definitely want to take some time out to just talk about that, remember him a little bit. I can't tell when this happened Friday. For those of you who do not know, Mac Miller died of an apparent overdose on Fridays when they found him at the age of 26 years old. Just far too young. He had done a lot with his short-lived life. Obviously, he'd been very successful and had millions of fans across the world. But no matter what, that's just seems too short. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. He was battling his own demons, obviously, and had those kind of things that he was working through, and been pretty public about that. And if you listen to his music, you know that he was going through them things. I was as a lot of us have been, we've been listening to a lot of his records since. His music has gone up. The streaming has gone up 970% since his death. 970%. Wow, so, I mean, it's crazy because it always takes that. It always happens like that. That trip when Triple X got killed, was that 2 months ago? He went to number one right away and all that stuff. It's inevitable. Those kind of things happen. Makes you think you wish you would have appreciated him more while he's here. Say that about everything, and it is what it is. But on Friday when that happened, man, I was really struck. My girl texted me and told me. And she later told me that she was a little scared to tell me because she didn't think I had known because I would have said something to her because she knew that it would be an emotional reaction for me because this is an artist that I felt connected to, and as a lot of us did. She told me on Friday, I was basically tearing up, man. I didn't know how to react or what to say, and then almost immediately I have group text messages with friends. I have close. Just friends that I haven't got to talk to in a while, but we were close in college, texting me about this stuff. I think for a lot of people who were in my age group, who loved hip hop or who love hip hop and are in tune with the culture and in tune with new music and stuff, he was just that the right age. His wave was the right time for our age group to just be fully encompassed by it. Like that wave of Mac, Wiz, and all those guys that were coming up during that same time. I was in college and all my friends, and they were they made such fun music, and it just really I have so many memories that have to do with listening to Mac Miller and Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza and Kids, and just feeling like he was the same as us, as he was a young kid who was just trying to have fun and rap, and then he grew up, we saw him grow up, and I think that's more of, that's a big reason why it's touching so much of us. Oh man, pause. Sorry guys. Whenever my phone rings, on my iPhone, rings on my computer too. You guys know, and my Apple peoples know. Should have probably muted that for this podcast. Probably should have done that, but whatever. Yeah, man. So I can just I'll speak on one specific memory. Is my good friend Tim, who I mentioned last week on the episode too, because we were talking about the pigskin pick'em. He was probably, I'm trying to think. I think he is the one who showed me Mac. I remember me and him watching Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza. One of Mac's first bigger songs, or at least the one that I heard first. I remember us watching that music video in his room in our house. We had a college house that we lived together, and I remember him being like, "Yo, come here!" And I went to his room and we watched this kid, Mac Miller, who was had these 90s influences and just got this really boom bap. He's using the old sample from '94. What's the name of the record? The Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza beat. Mac ended up getting sued for it. Hip to the Game, right? Yeah, I believe that, right? Hip to the Game. Somebody could correct me if I was wrong there, but something in that ballpark. And I remember just being like, man, who is this kid? Not what you expect, and just killing it. And then from there on, we just, I think we might have been wearing Taylor Gang shirts when we were listening to that. We were really influenced by that whole Pittsburgh wave. And then going from seeing his transformation, with Macadelic. Macadelic was the one that we just bumped so much and partied so much to. Macadelic was oh my God, he's growing up and getting kind of dark, but he's got just this shit is crazy. The song was man, yeah, that project, Macadelic, was a hype project. What's the song with Juicy J? Lucky Bitch, right? I'm pretty sure it's Lucky Bitch. Yeah, that shit bangs, man. And I saw you saw that evolution, and then now coming closer to now, the Divine Feminine and then Swimming were just his musical evolution. You started to hear, he surrounded himself with just amazing musicians and Thundercat, and my friend just told me that John Mayer played the riff on Wings on Swimming. I think he said it was Wings. I have to look at it again, but Either way, he just loved to make music, and he battled his demons. We know he had gone to rehab, or I don't actually know. I don't want to state these details as if I know for facts, but he was supposed to at least go to rehab. I mean, he had talked about his sobriety and getting sober, but clearly there was battles with that and had to go the other way. That had, he was battling demons. He was battling demons. And so this is a point where you would say, if anybody feels like, if they have some demons that might be too much to handle by themselves, like you got to find somebody to talk to, man. You got to find somebody to talk to. You got to do that. And you know what? Maybe Mac was sober. Maybe Mac was getting sober, and then this was just one night. We don't know, but all it really takes is one night and one bad trip or whatever. Not trip, but one bad experience to change everything. And so it's scary. It's scary stuff. It sucks. I think it's really weird that not really weird, but last week when I talked on the podcast, I actually ended up mentioning about like, oh, it can be cool to be sober, and I was kind of like joking, but I was serious. Like, I had some points like, you can find good things to be sober and stuff like that. There's ways. And then I think it was like 2 days later, get the notification about Mac. So it's a real thing, man. It's a real thing, and I know there's a lot of kids. Not that there wasn't drug issues in my high school when I was young, and there was. We had drug issues, absolutely, but I think it seems like the drug epidemic is worse now in the sense that these drugs are coming in forms that are easily digestible for white people. Not just that, but I mean for like middle America, white America type. It doesn't feel like you're taking heroin when you're taking a fucking pill or whatever the fuck it is, but it's all the same shit, and it's all fucked up. And I think there's a lot of huge drug issue that we have going on in the country. And with that being said, if you think if your mind is spiraling out of control and you think some things going wrong, make sure to talk to somebody. You got to do that. We got to do that. We got to band together, man. It's all about team people, man. Team human beings, and that's what we all got to be on. We all got to be on the same team in that. Really though, this Mac loss is it's weird how many of us feel like we almost lost a friend. Like, it doesn't feel like you just lost a celebrity or an artist who still is a human being, and I want to acknowledge that celebrities are human beings. So, which is actually a good point too. All these people beating up Ariana Grande and saying that she has any impact on this or had any cause in this is they're wrong. They're wrong, and they're not thinking this fully through, and maybe they are, and they just don't know, and they're stupid. But that's she lost somebody too, okay, and she lost somebody that she was close with. I'm sure they were together for 2 years, and feel terrible for everybody involved. Rest in peace to Mac, and prayers to his family and loved ones and friends. Just very tough, Still, even today, 5 days removed, I was talking to a friend about like, man, it feels like, doesn't feel real. Like, it feels like we lost somebody we know because we all grew up with them. It's what music can do is crazy. Like, I don't know the guy. I've never even seen him in concert. I wanted to. I never got to. I have friends that have, and a bunch of people have, but nonetheless, none of us knew him. None of us know any of these artists personally, but with how much we get to see them now, with how much visibility there is, with social media, with everything, it does feel like we know these people. And so these losses are bigger than, your favorite singer died? Whatever, bro, you're fine. Which is what people are going to say and what a lot of people are going to say. But grief is a real thing. And so, like, whether or not you actually knew the person or you just feel like you knew them through social media and through listening to their songs by yourself late at night and through feeling a connection with one of those bars, like, did he write that? Because it feels like he's going through the same exact thing as me, which is what music does a lot of times. When you all of a sudden feel like you are sharing the same wavelength as this artist and you feel like, am I him? Is he me? Like, why are we talking about the same stuff? Those things contribute to you feeling grief when somebody like Mac passes away. And you have to treat it like a loss of maybe not a friend or maybe not a family member, but somebody that is close to your life. Because treat it that way, go through the process of grieving, and don't just lock it away because you're lying to yourself. Like if you're lying to yourself, because you may not have lost somebody you can give a phone call to, but you lost somebody that you feel like talked to you and spoke to you and had a connection with you, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And I'm not only saying this as preaching to you guys as a lesson. I'm saying that to myself. And I actually just talked through that myself right now, is that like there's steps of grieving, and whether or not you actually know the person, you got to go through them if you felt that connection. And so, yeah. Oh, man. So rest in peace to Mac. We're going to miss you. We're going to miss your musical talent. I'll still continue to play your music. I thought Swimming, your newest body of work, was so amazing. Like, I was already loving it. I had told all my friends that I was loving that project, and a lot of people did, so I'm not saying that I'm the only one who did, but I was walking home, I think last Wednesday, and this was obviously before it all happened, and once in a while, if I have music on and I'm walking and I'm just really feeling it, maybe I was high. I don't even know if I was that high. I was just whatever. I'm just in the mood, just like really feeling the songs. Like I'm not like a walking dancer in public, but I'll be like, like you could tell I'm rapping or I'm with the music. Like, these are my wings. Like, I'm like into it. And literally, it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I was playing Swimming again for like the bajillionth time, and I was walking down Addison. It's such a vivid memory. It's so weird because he just passed. I was just walking down Addison. I'm at the light, and I'm like, hands up, kind of dancing to Wings. Like, these are my wings. And I'm just in that. And then, this happens, but it's a vivid memory. Yeah. That stuff. So rest in peace to Mac. Rest in peace. All right. So I wanted to make sure to acknowledge and talk about that, because I know it's a thing that a lot of us in the community are dealing with, and it sucks. Yeah, it really sucks. Yeah. All right. On another note, on a less somber note, a little more bright, but I mean a lot more bright. Okay, I don't want to minimize that. A lot more bright, but there are some somber aspects to what I'm about to get into. All right. The Bears are back. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. And they played the Packers in week 1 in Lambeau. And guess what? I was there. Check it out. Oh, I was the only Bears fan in my group of friends, but there was a lot of Bears fans there, obviously. I had a great time at Lambeau Field. I really did, despite the outcome of the game. For those of you who do not know, the Bears were winning 20-0 when Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. He's the best quarterback in the league. We go up 20-0 at halftime. He comes back in the second half, and we end up losing the game 24-23. He threw 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. It's the only time in his career he's ever done that. We allowed that. Kyle Fuller, just what was going on that Randall Cobb touchdown, bro? What is happening, man? Where are you? Where are you? Probably still picking up your jockstrap. Jesus, that was terrible. But yeah, man, it's cool to have football back. It's great. I might not support everything about the NFL and everything about the game of football, but I'll tell you what. Basketball is definitely my sport, and I'm like all into basketball and everything. But I'll tell you what, every time opening day still comes around, I still get hyped, more hyped than I even realized. And so I was very excited, very, very excited. Bear down, as you see up there. I was in my Bears attire, and it was very entertaining. Khalil Mack, shout out to Khalil Mack, man. That was just seeing that alone and get to see that in person. He just dominated. He had a strip sack, an interception. He had a fumble recovery, interception, and a sack. And I think I saw the stat that was the first time it's ever happened in a half. He did that all in the first half. Holy cow. Excuse me. Holy cow. But so that was really, really awesome. Lambeau Field was great. The people up there were pretty nice to me. I thought they would be, actually. I thought they would be nice to me. I didn't think it was going to be like Chicago, where we can be pretty rude to the opposing team's fans. And they were, for the most part, nice to me. I will tell a little story about one fucking jackass, one motherfucker, who he was like a row down for me, and I thought he was talking shit to this other Bears fan who was next to me, and I think he was. But then this guy told me later that he was his friend. I don't know, whatever. I was ignoring him the whole game. I didn't care. I mean, I was being friendly. It was all good. And then towards the end of the game, he starts getting like real aggressive, really pointing at me, and I was like, "Are you looking?" I kept looking behind, like, "Are you looking at me? Who are you looking at?" Like, and he was like, "No, you, whatever." And he was just like, "How'd that feel?" Blah blah blah, rubbing it in. Which, cool, whatever. I don't care. I was just like, yeah. We're in. I can talk shit back and forth. Cool. But like when we were winning earlier, I didn't say a word to this guy. I didn't even go that crazy. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I was with my Bears fans, but I didn't go any wild. And he just like kept throwing it back. And then at the end, I was like, man, fuck out of here. Like, don't worry about me, man. Just focus on the forward. And then at the end, and mind you, there is like a parent with like her daughter in front of me. And I felt a little bad because they kept looking back. And I was drunk. I was cursing a little bit. Not too much. Not too bad. But at the end of the game, he comes up to me and tries to shake my hand, which I understand. Call it even. I get it. And probably if I was sober, I probably would have done it. But I was like, no thanks. And he was like, what? What are you doing? And all of a sudden, he makes a big deal out of it. I was like, man, I just don't want to shake your hand. And my main reason was, I told everybody around me, was that he wasn't going to come up to me and shake my hand if we won that game. I don't think so. I think he only did that because we won, because they won. And so then he's like, all right, we can call it cool now. We're all good. I'm like, what kind of, in my opinion, at that time, that was not a genuine moment. It was not a genuine handshake when he was trying to come up to me. So I wasn't feeling that. So I did turn that down. So that was the only issue I had with any Packers people there. Otherwise, everybody else was wonderful, treated me great. And it was a wonderful time, minus that fourth quarter debacle. Matt Nagy, we're going for that 4th and 1 next time. You got to go for that. Against Aaron Rodgers, you got to go for that. You don't, getting sick just thinking about it. Man. But yeah, week 1 of the NFL was cool. I did not win any money this week. I did my pigskin pick 'em. Nope, didn't do so well. I think I got 7 out of 16, right? That's, some people did worse, but not very good. And my FanDuel teams did not do very successful. I did win in one fantasy league though this week. So shout out to Todd Gurley and Zulerin, the kicker from the Rams. I don't know his name. Zulerin. No, it's something Zoo. But yeah. So once again, I want to remind everybody that we will be back. I will be in Iowa City next Tuesday, September 18th, with Phrase and RPM and a couple other Iowa City local acts. And we are going to be having a good time. We're going to be turning up. I'm trying to schedule an official after party type thing at some bar. So we're going to try to see if we can make something like that work. And I'll keep you posted on those details. I think I am going to come back with another episode by the end of this week, but I am not sure about that. That is up for debate. No, I think I'll come back at the end of the week. But yeah, so this week was really about remembering Mac, about talking about. I wanted to talk about obviously the Bears being there, and then I wanted to remind you guys about Iowa City and that big show that I got next week, and Circles, my new song, Circles, is out. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in my life and just a lot going on in general. So please enjoy. My phone is ringing, and it's my fiance who's probably going to whip my ass. So I'm going to go ahead and take off. And you know what? Enjoy Circles again. So just keep playing it. Bump this shit. I love you guys. Tune into www.thedavidlopez.com, www.passionparkent.com for all updates about me and the company. You know what I'm saying? So new videos every week. Keep supporting. Go get Circles. Come see me in Iowa City. Love you guys. Tiptoe around no shit, I run some circles around you, bitch. Hey, 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 hey. I don't tiptoe around no shit, I run some circles around you, bitch. Hey, 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 hey. Marathon flow, better catch up. Chicago boy, no catch up. You are now tuned into the next up. Been on deck, now it's time to bat. Been focused, baby, since way back. Made me an outcast, 3 stacks, but I predicted facts, said I wouldn't quit. Nah, I ain't falling back on that. I ain't falling back on that. No, you are now tuned into the next up. I can make a CD with my best stuff. I ain't even started making my best stuff. I'm making beats and smoking trees, I'm in the clouds. Y'all taking pics and faking quotes, searching for clout. That shit weak. Tiptoe around no shit, I run some circles around you, bitch. Hey, 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 hey. I don't tiptoe around no shit, I run some circles around you, bitch. Hey, 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 hey. Marathon flow, better catch up. Chicago boy, no catch up. You are now tuned into the next up. Jerome Street, that shit made me. This game's what drove me crazy. Put a diamond on my lady. Lighting doobies, getting spacey. My vision never hazy. See the writings on the wall, I use the words to paint these paintings. Draymond Green, I guess so flagrant. Chokeslam beats like Undertaker. Got my shot like some Jaeger. I'ma shoot it like LeBron on the Lakers. Tiptoe around no shit, I run some circles around you, bitch. Hey, 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 hey. I don't tiptoe around no shit, I run some circles around you, bitch. Hey, 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 hey. Marathon flow, better catch up. Chicago boy, no catch up. You are now tuned into the next up. You are now tuned into the next up. I'm running circles around you, bitch, ayy. Chicago boy, no catch up. I'm running circles around you, bitch, ayy. You are now tuned into the next up. I'm running circles around you, bitch, ayy. Chicago boy, no catch up. I don't tiptoe around no shit, I run some circles around you, bitch, ayy. Circles around you, bitch, ayy. Ayy. Hey, I don't tiptoe around no shit, I run some circles around you, bitch. Hey, circles around you, bitch. Hey, hey, circles around you, bitch. Hey, Marathon flow, better catch up. Chicago boy, no catch up. You are now tuned into the next up.